Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It's head shave time. I've just finished my face shave. I've just finished off with Humphrey's Lilac, which is the lavender scent. I haven't put my splash on yet, but I'm going to do my head shave and then I'll splash the whole lot. Okay, so I'm going to be using the exact same soap, which is Catie's Bubbles Quatre and Vingt. And it's a beautiful cannabis flower scented soap. It smells like cannabis to me. That's what I get from it. As soon as I smell it, it takes me back to the resin that I used to smoke when I was a kid, which I no longer smoke, thankfully, but that's what brings me back to, it takes me back to my childhood with that. Like I said, in my face shave, it's not a soap that I'll be keeping hold of. It will probably be getting traded or piffed at some point, along with many of the soaps in my den at the moment. I've got far too many. I want to try and trade them all out, maybe trading 3 or 4 soaps for maybe one better soap or something, I don't know. But yeah, if any of you guys see something on my channel, as long as it's not Sterling, Barrister and Mann, Wickham or Phoenix and Bow, the chances are it's expendable, and even then some of the other ones might be expendable depending on what they are. So if you're interested, just flick me a message on YouTube or flick me a message on Facebook, or you can send me an email at anothercutabove@gmail.com. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's get stuck in. I'm going to be using the Wolf Whiskers again, Purple Haze, beautiful brush made by Peter. I don't know whether you guys saw the green brush that Peter put up yesterday, which was it made a bit of a mistake. That was actually my brush, and he didn't get the top right on it, so he made it into something else and popped it onto Facebook for someone to have to put the chance to buy a Wolf Whiskers. So that's the colour that my brush will be coming in. He's just made up a new mould at the moment, and hopefully it'll be getting turned over the next 2 or 3 days, and that'll be getting sent out. Okay, so I'm going to use the Saponificio Varicino shaving grail bowl. My brush is already sort of loaded, so what I'm going to do, it's not loaded, it's just what's left over from my face shave. I'm just going to whip some of the crap into the bowl. I'm going to dip my tips and then go back into the soap again, because I want a good bowl lather from this. I don't normally use this brush to bowl lather, but I will today. So as you can see, just whipping up the brush into the soap, which will be a little bit softer now because there is some moisture on top of it from when I loaded for the face shave. I'm just going to pop some more of that in the bowl. It'll probably be a 3-pass head shave today. 1 with, 1 against, and then touch up because of the amount of growth that I've got. Here we go, that's it, it's loading up nice now. So I'm going to take out that, add a bit of water to the bowl because this is quite a thirsty soap. That's probably too much, but I'm going to go with it anyway, stuff it. So here we go. And let's just see what we can whip up. Very, very good soap that Chris Cullen makes over at Catie Bubbles. I've been very lucky to try a few of his scents, all of which have been lovely. The one I have had my eye on has been Knee High to a Grape, which I'm not sure whether that'll ever get released again. But having lost my Grape Delicious from K Shave Works because it reacts to my skin now, it is my favourite scent. And I've just sent out, well, it's not my favourite scent, but it's one of them. It's definitely up there in my top sort of 5 favourite scent. But I've just piffed it to someone, so hopefully they enjoy it. If they don't, then by all means they can sell it, they can trade it, they can do what they want with it. Just dipping the tips again, so I put a lot of water in this to begin with, and it's just soaking up. But I think I'm pretty much where I want to be now. Woo! Lovely stuff. Beautiful scent. It is actually a nice scent. It is florally, so if you're not into floral scents, probably not for you, but on the other hand as well, it's quite a sweet scent, and it does have a cannabis scent to it, which to me isn't a flower. To me it's a thing you smoke, so a different thing from it altogether than a lot of people would. R41 twist for the with the grain pass. 2-piece razor. This is a lovely razor. It really stands with the best in terms of looks. The finish on it is impeccable, it really is, other than the sort of slight colour change under there. But it's just an impeccably made razor. Catie blade, on its 5th head shave, it's already done 1 face shave, so this will be the 6th shave on this blade. Let's just see how she goes. Miracle of nature, these blades, I tell you. They're so thick, so thick. The R41 twist struggles to pull it down. You don't have that same leverage you get when you hold here and you can grab the whole handle and twist it. You don't have that, like this little knob to deal with, so when you put a really thick blade in, you've got to give it some heave-ho. The great thing with this razor is, it always lines up the blades perfectly. Never have to worry about it. Okay, so let's wet the head. So this will probably be a reasonably long shave as well, so I do apologise. And I'll probably just lather this part of my head first. Or will I might just go for the full works. I've shot my bloody mirror. There we go, you can see now. Just dipping the tips, this needs a lot more water. A lot more. So I might just have to reinvigorate this lather as I go along a little bit, because I have got quite a lot of hair on here and it might take a little bit longer than normal just to sort of slice through it with the R41. So here we go, R41, 6th use on the Catie blade with the grain. I haven't used this razor for a head shave in ages. So this razor is all about light touch. You cannot put any pressure with this bad boy, otherwise it will bite, and it bites hard and deep. Let me tell you, I've been there several times. A lot more than I would have liked. But as you can see, it is chomping the hair down. One thing you do need when you're using the R41 is excellent sleekness. You can actually see, look at all the hair on there. This is a 6th use on a Catie blade. And I won't be able to tell really how well it's doing until I get onto the against the grain pass with the Wunderbar, which I'll be using for my against the grain. So this is a 2 razor shave. I didn't want to just completely relegate the R41. But it's not really, it doesn't cut the mustard, so to speak. against the grain. Sorry, the Wunderbar just leaves it for dead. Alright, so I'm just going to reinvigorate this lather a little bit. I'm going to empty this water out because it's filthy. While I'm doing so, I'm just going to dip the tips under the tap. And that lather on the back is lovely. It really is. I can see it over in the mirror that it's lovely and thick, glossy. I can see the shine over there as well, and it's not my chrome dome shining. Right, so let's just carry on with the grain pass. Right, that's pretty much everything off all round in terms of with the grain. There's not really any high parts. There's a little bit here and there, but very close for a first pass with the R41. No nicks, cuts or weepers, nothing at all that I can feel or see. However, it is such an efficient, sharp blade and razor combination that sometimes you just don't really know. Okay, so I'm going to finish off with the lather. We'll start lathering again, should I say, and then I'll switch the blade over to the Wunderbar and go from there. So I'm just going to wet my hair again. And then I'm just going to go back to the bowl again, just whip up the lather just to reinvigorate it, beat out some of the air bubbles that sort of create themselves while it's just sitting there. And as you can see, it looks lovely. And it'll probably need a bit of water. It might not. It definitely doesn't need any water. If anything, I would say it's maybe just if anything, it might just be a little bit overhydrated, but we'll see. The good thing is if you get too much water in a soap in a lather, as long as it's not dissipating, it should generally be quite slick. Okay, so let's get the blade out of the R41. We'll open up the 3-piece Razor Rock Wunderbar. Titanium handle, stainless steel head. Just slot the blade into the head, push it down, it'll make a few cricks and cracks because it is such a thick blade and this is such a precise fitting head. The great thing with these razors, as the R41 and the Wunderbar, you don't have to mess about with the blade. The blade goes where it goes, you can't do anything else about it. Just wet it and straight into the against the grain with the 6 use on the Catie blade. And that is BBS and very smooth. The soap doesn't seem very slick. I've never had so many slickness issues in the past 3 days. But saying that, I still got a very smooth shave there. It's a little bit juddery over here, a little bit jumpy. It could be the blade come at the end of its lifespan, but after 6 shaves you can't really argue with it. Yeah, there's not a whole heap. There's not a whole lot left on there, and there is plenty residual slickness, I can feel it. Just go back to the bowl and we'll grab the rest of this lather. Re-lather up again. Like I say, this would probably be a 3 pass, so this will be my 3rd and final pass with the odd little touch up on the crown, which I always have to get. But the lather itself has been pretty impressive, very easy to whip up. I will say, having used so many bloody artisan soaps this year. Catie's Bubbles in terms of lathering is great, loading is great, the scents are great. The slickness isn't as good as Wickham, Phoenix and Bull, even K Shave Works, which I can't use but very slick, and Sterling, Barrister and Man, those ones, they're all my sort of pinnacle of slickness, which I need for a head shave. But this is definitely bearable, you can work with this slickness, definitely. Now the thing with this soap is, a long time ago when I got it, I read the scent profile, so I knew what it was before I opened the tub. I just nick myself there. No, I don't think I did. Felt like it. So with this soap, I find even if you've smoked cannabis before or you've grown cannabis plants or flowers, then you'll know the scent straight away when you smell it. Yeah, it just seems to be that first little bit against the grain that I sort of struggle with. The rest of my head I seem to be okay with against the grain. Just this side, at the back corner. As always with the Wunderbar, no pressure, it's very smooth. Like I say, it's a razor that I never feel like I'm going to cut myself with it. It feels so safe and secure. And in a similar way to the Timeless, it feels very, very mild. In terms of the R41, this feels like I'm trying to think, like a setting one on a Gillette Slim. I can't feel the blade. But it just whips through anything you throw on it. With relative ease. Plenty of residual slickness to finish off. I've always got to put just an extra bit of lather when I'm doing this part, because for those of you that have watched me from the beginning, that's the part of my head that I would say I've cut the most, right here, and it's actually quite sensitive now to shave over. That's superb. Very good double combination with the razors. The R41 really chops down the heavy wood, leaving the Wunderbar with the freshly chopped grass. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is about as good as it gets for a head shave. It really is. The only thing that would really top that off would be using this. Catie's Bubbles aren't bad soaps, but using an even better soap. Catie's Bubbles are excellent soaps. But there are better soaps out there for me. They've all got the traits that work better than others. This one's a very easy lathering, easy loading, simple to apply, easy to work with lather. It takes a lot of water, so you can't really go wrong with it. So in that regard, it's an excellent soap, but there's better out there in my opinion. Post shave feels pretty good, feels quite moisturised. The slickness was good, wasn't as good as a lot of soaps I've used, but it was good. It was good enough to get through a head shave, nick, cut, bump, nick, weeper, creeper free. Just lovely. Okay, Humphreys Lilac, which is Humphreys lavender scent. Splash this all over. Lovely jubbly. And then while that's drying in, I can clean my brush out. So that's all the giveaway prizes are gone. They are on the planes. Well, the last one won't be on the plane yet, but it has been sent today. So thanks again to everyone that popped their name in the hat to try and win that. Like I say, there'll be what I think is going to be a very good one for the 1000 giveaway. One that I'm really looking forward to. Also, congratulations Kyle over at Brown Man Shaves for winning the giveaway over another kind of cool, second kind of cool. I'm another on the brain. On a second kind of cool with Gil. So well done mate, lovely brushes, so I hope you enjoy it. I couldn't go to a better man in my opinion at the moment. Right, what was I doing? I was going to show you what I've used. Catie's Bubbles Quatre and Vingt, which is a cannabis flower scented to me. It smells like cannabis. It smells really nice. The brush was the Wolf Whiskers, which I've just cleaned out. Purple Haze with notchings on the bottom. Fluting, yeah. 25mm Black Wolf knot. The razor for the With the Grain Pass was the R41 Twist 2-piece razor. The only downside to this razor in my opinion is this thread here is just too short. It's a bit, I don't know what it is about it, it's a bit annoying trying to get it on and off as opposed to when they're a little bit longer. I really don't know why, but it is. We then moved on to the Wunderbar for the Against the Grain Pass and I got through it no problem. Had a little bit of jumping and skipping at one point on the back of my head, but like I say, we are on the 5th head shave and it's already done a face shave as well, so the 6th shave, 5 full head shaves on this blade so far. I'll probably chuck it now, it doesn't really need any more. I know they can go up to 10, no problem, but it doesn't need to get there. The bowl today was a Saponificio Varicino shaving grail. Lovely bowl, hard to get hold of these days. I was very lucky to get one of these, I think. I don't see them coming up very often on buy-sell trades and you can't get them in the stores at the moment, not even from Saponificio Varicino. They don't have it either. Humphreys Lilac, which I think, yeah, is pretty much dried in. And then I'm going to finish off my face shave and my head shave at once. With what else? Nivea Too Faced is my second bottle of this. Give it a good shake up. It just works. It's got a very light scent to it, but it works. It leaves your skin feeling incredible a couple of hours later, and right through into the next day if you do it during the day and you don't have a shower or a shave until the next day. It really is top notch stuff. Got a little bit of hair up here, that'll do my head in. Because there's so much glycerin in it, there is quite a good whack of glycerin in here, I believe. It's great for touch-ups because this is silky, slidey, smooth. It's just great. Got a little bit here as well. Where is it? I'll tell you what, Kyle. I don't know how you shaved your head with that razor. I'm sure now that your razor collection is growing, you look back at the 34C and think, geez, how did I get through that shave? Because I couldn't shave my head with that. I'd be there all day with that. That's, yeah, not built for head shaving, that's for sure. And finished off with Nivea Too Faced, and as you can see it's already starting to split back up again. Wonderful stuff, it really is. I hope you guys in the States get it sooner rather than later. Ken Lee's one of the very few over there I think that's actually got it just now, along with Oive Chapel. And yeah, I'll leave you guys to it. Thanks very much for tuning in. I don't know when I'll be doing my next shave, probably tomorrow, can't help myself at the moment. If you guys are sick of me putting shaves out every single day, I can't cut it back. I'll just have a shave and not put it on camera. Or I might put it on camera and not put it on YouTube. I don't want to go the full year and not miss out. Every single thing I've done shaving related since the 28th of June last year, I think that was my first video, has been on the camera. And I want to stick to that for the full year, so I'll probably put everything else on the camera for the year, and then I might look to maybe have a shave or two a week where I can just enjoy myself and enjoy my own company and talk shit to myself instead of having to put it on the old camera. Other than that, guys, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.